Living is not about who you are in a moment. It is about what you want to do, who you want to become. You don't have much time on this planet, so don't waste it unhappy, constantly needing to reassure an identity you've given yourself. Life is a constant roller coaster of experiences to learn from. Fighting that fact by needing to constantly reassure yourself of an identity is extremely destructive. For example, titling yourself SSL or obese. It's an identity you've tied to who you are. A moment in life that you cling to because you've based your self-worth around it. Self-defining like this, a rank or status, can be one of the worst mentalities imaginable. You end up in an ever-long battle of avoiding criticism to sustain an ego. Unknowingly, you've tied your self-worth to a self-set identity. This is rampant, not just in life, but in competitive games such as Rocket League. Through identity, you've told yourself others' opinions define your worth. That fact is scary. I'm going to cover the idea that subconsciously you are stopping yourself from functioning. You are living purely for reassurance. Every action is centered around maintaining an identity. Letting a self-set identity control your actions enables pride, ego, and insecurity to take control. Identity and ego go hand in hand. Identity and pride go hand in hand. These things will destroy your happiness. As an example, SSL. Your self-worth and ego is tied to maintaining that title. You define yourself as SSL. That identity controls your actions. If anything challenges that, such as a loss, you will attack yourself. Let's say you lost to a Champ 2. Instead of acceptance and progress, you stagnate. You hate yourself. That loss directly challenges your identity. You will do everything you can to mentally deny that just happened. Admittance of that loss directly sabotages your self-worth. You've tied your worth to a moment in time. Oh no, I'm a goal down and he's Champ 2. I might as well leave. Maybe I'll tell myself I'm not taking this game seriously. It's better than the self-hate I get if I admit I just lost. If I lose, that means me, an SSL, just lost to a Champ 2. That can't happen. That would destroy me. This fear of failure is exhausting. Take it from experience. A fear of losing your identity is crippling. Through this, so many people, especially kids, are taught that their self-worth is tied to the reaction of others. What others think of them. If I don't see myself as SSL, what am I worth? If others don't see me as SSL, what am I worth? The amount of times I see players leave the game if they go down a goal. They'll blame their teammates in a pure attempt to maintain the identity of a player that wouldn't lose. If there's any chance they might lose, their self-worth, pride, and ego is stomped on. Obviously, you wouldn't want a queue. You'd turn to inaction because a potential loss would disprove your identity. This has a direct correlation to inaction and indecisiveness in real life. Making the wrong decision could cripple your self-worth. How do you think anxiety works? Players that have a self-set identity like this avoid game modes, ones in particular. Obviously, if they lose there, there's nobody to blame. If your self-worth is tied to who you beat, imagine losing in ones. Your actions aren't yours anymore. They're controlled by others. A really good contrast to this is a negative self-identity. Feeling overweight, for example. If you tie yourself to the title of being overweight, naturally you will avoid the gym. The mere thought of you being critiqued amplifies that negative identity. You are unknowingly, once again, having your life controlled by others. Letting others' opinions control you eats you alive. Worrying about making the wrong decision breaks you. If you jump for the wrong ball or go to the gym, it could potentially lead to damaging your identity. So why even jump? Why even go to the gym? Stepping back and realizing that you are in full control of every action in your life is critical. Holding yourself to an identity can be one of the most destructive things imaginable. How are you meant to enjoy life when the pure thought of a wrong decision could lead to challenging an identity you've given yourself? Perfectionism and overthinking stems from this. Your self-worth is so entangled with external factors you can't see straight. Let's say you're Champ 2. You just beat a Diamond 3. In this horrible mindset, you tell yourself, well, I should have won that anyway. If I didn't, I'd hate myself because it's not in line with me being a Champ 2. On the other hand, it could be the gym. Instead of, I'm glad I went to the gym, that was what I wanted to do, it's, I don't even want to go. What if I look like an idiot? I don't want to view myself as an idiot. Realizing how affected you are by a self-set identity is monumental. For me, I lost control. My identity was tied to my Rocket League rank. If I lost in ones, I'd hate myself for the rest of the day. My ego and pride controlled me because I clung to an identity. Losing meant self-hate, while winning felt like nothing. Just relief I didn't lose. Reassurance. I wasn't happy. When I lost, I stopped playing for the rest of the day. I was filled with regret. Why did I even jump on today? I avoided queuing because a potential loss would challenge my identity, my self-worth. My intelligence was associated with who I beat. My self-worth was associated with my gameplay. My rank was my identity. Let's talk about fixing this. Your mind is the input behind your car. Whatever button you press will happen. You have full control over every action your car can do. It's the exact same thing with your body. If you tell your car to air roll left, it will air roll left. If you tell yourself to go to the gym, you will go to the gym. What happens after that is not decided by you. It is out of your control. Whatever happens doesn't define your worth. That's just life, an experience to learn from. If you want to go to the gym, your self-worth is based off you going to the gym. If someone judges you or laughs at you, so what? You went. That was your action. That is your identity. You are only embarrassed if you hold the identity of someone who has something to be embarrassed about. So take a step back. Realize you are in full and absolute control of every action. You are in full control of your car. Nobody else can influence your controller. Your identity and character is your actions. Missing a shot does not define you. Going for the shot defines you. Your ego is linked to the identity you gave yourself. Separate yourself from that identity and your ego can't be hurt. The inaction in life will stop. Do what you want to do. Learn from every experience. If you want to go play ones, go for it. If you want to go to the gym, go for it. You don't have anything to prove. You're doing it for you. Others' opinions only matter if you make them matter.